Well, here we are with an empty garage. Today is going to be a hot one. They're talking 41 degrees Celsius out. Now, I'm not super intelligent when it comes to switching from Celsius to Fahrenheit, but how I think it works is you double it and then add 30, so 41, that's 82, and you're looking at about 112 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to estimate today outside. So we're going to try to keep the garage doors shut as much as we can to try to keep the heat out. We're going to bring a new car into the shop because the Buick is done. That's right, the Buick is done. So I'm going to unlock the doors, but I'm not going to open them because it is actually nice and tolerable in here for the temperature. So what we're probably going to do is open the fridge doors, redneck air conditioning, turn on the fan, shut this door to keep all the coldness in. And what we'll probably do is just open the fridge and freezer door and try to cool down the shop as much as possible. So let's go see what we're going to bring in today. So basically what my goal is to fill this van up to the point where I can take it into scrap, because this van doesn't run, it didn't come with tires, there's so many issues with this thing, it's not even funny. But it's an eyesore, it's a big chunk of equipment in my driveway. I've tried parting it out and nobody bought a single part off of it. We got half the Buick in there. We're basically going to fill this thing up so we can take it into scrap. But the Buick is over here and the Buick is done. See the chrome bumper with Eddie written on it? That's the Buick. What we're going to pull in is this Hyundai. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this Hyundai. The only thing I know is that it's a 4-cylinder. It has the same motor as the Kia, the killer Kia that you guys seen me build a while back. So it's got the same motor as that. I imagine it has the same suspension. It does have air horns in it, but I can't find where the toggle switch is to run them. So we'll be taking a look for that as we're tearing this thing apart. The battery's 100% dead. It actually doesn't even turn over anymore. Well, I guess the dead battery means it doesn't turn over, but as soon as you turn the car off, it just clicks, even after a boost. The interior is actually pretty nice in this car, but don't worry, we'll be ripping all that out today. I've had it up for parts on Kijiji for about 3 weeks, and not a single request has been sent for any single part off of it. So it is time to tear it apart. Now, it does have some rust here and some rust on the other side, but this is a big hatch car. That's right, this is a big hatch car. So it's been a while since we've done a hatch car here on Zach's Workshop. But we'll be bringing this in the shop. We'll be taking out, I might be leaving the glass in just because it's 2020 and there is no demolition derbies around me. And the border, they're talking, might be closed for a year now. So there might be no derbies for me for a while. But yeah, we're going to get this thing into the shop. It does start up with a boost, which is nice. And we'll be stripping her down today. So let's get going into the shop. So we got it in the shop. And I'm telling you right now, this car wants to become a derby car because pieces are just falling off of it. I don't know if that's South Korea's ingenuity, or just this car wanting to become a derby car, but the parts are just falling off of this thing. So we're going to be removing the headlight, the front grille, the motor, dress up, airbox, pretty much all that fun stuff, battery. Going to be popping all the wheels off and removing all the inner fenders, mirrors, seats, interior trunk, rear bumper, tail lights. I'm going to be leaving the windows in. I'm going to probably be taking the door skins off, but leaving the power windows. The hatch. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I'm going to leave it for now, but I'm not sure what's going to become of it and how it's going to be set up, but it's going to be definitely stripped. Oh, it's actually built half decent. South Korea kind of has been getting a lot better at building their cars, and this thing's only 12 years old. 2006, 2008, I think this thing is. So let's get dismantling this car. So we've been pounding away on this for about 30 minutes, and I do not think my redneck air conditioner is working because I am sweating some bad. It's probably colder in here than it is outside, though. We got the engine compartment pretty well stripped. I'm actually liking how far we got this down. We're probably going to leave the windows in. But let's take a look at the pile we have so far. Not too shabby. Got to put those back on. Maybe put some steel ones on, I don't know. But this is not too shabby of a pile. I did find out how the air horns worked, and they were wired to the factory horn, and they sounded stupid, so they ended up in the trash pile. Don't you guys worry about that. But what we're going to do now is we're going to turn our attention to the back of the car. And there is a lot of stuff back here to strip. Look at all this plastic. So we are going to be stripping all this out right now. Let's switch to this for about 30 minutes and see how far we get. Oh, so we got the exhaust off underneath this car. Little thing still to take off like this. This looks exactly like the Kia. I can't believe how much this and the Kia look like. Oh, that's right, because they're the same cars. Same motor, same car, same everything. So underneath looks pretty solid on this. If you guys remember, the Kia actually had no rocker panels here at all. This one here is a little punky, but much better than that Kia Spectra 5 that we had. Subframe looks really good on it. Everything looks good. Subframe connections. Overall, pretty pleased with how non-rusty this car is, actually. The only thing I do not like about this in the Kia is where the oil filter is. It kind of looks like it can get smacked off by the frame if she bends a bit. But I got quite a bit of the car stripped. Let's see if I can bring her down for you here, boys and girls, to see how far she is. Okay, hoist is in free mode. And she's coming down. Down, down to the river. Yep, almost there. So we have almost the entire back of the car stripped. Most of the trim actually had to take out the rear seats to get the trim out. So that's pretty done. We still got to do the front seats, the carpet, the dash, the center console, the trim. Again, I'm going to leave all the windshields in. But one thing I will say is the rear seats on these cars had quite a bit of weight to them. There's quite a bit of metal in them. I might actually strip all the fabric off the seats and put the seats back in. Maybe it might come into something to hold this back end together. I don't know. I doubt it. And you know what? I'm not going to do it. Yeah, that was hard to negotiate, wasn't it? So, oh. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start working on this half. We're going to take out the passenger seat, center console, glove box, maybe half the dash to get the airbag out like I had to do on the Kia, driver side airbag, door panels, all that fun stuff. I might go get the front tires back on so I can drive this thing ahead a bit so I can open the doors. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Just drive it into the pile of garbage in front of it. Well, let's get going. Well, we went completely ape on this car today. We went berserk. We got everything out of it except for the windows. So I'm going to put those windows up. Got to put the hood back on. But we have all the interior out of this. We have all the carpet out. We have everything. Oh, I forgot trim on the trunk. What the heck, Zach? What the heck? But we got the dash out, we got the center console. I found 80 cents in change, plus a full box of zigzags. So, kind of know what was important to this car owner. We're going to be getting the hood back on, and that's about it for this. Now, the problem is that it made a huge pile of junk. I really didn't think it was going to be this big a pile. I don't even know if this will all fit into that minivan. We're going to try, though. But what I'm going to tell you guys right now is, the problem is I'm out of cages, I'm out of gas tanks, I'm out of battery cables, I'm pretty much out of everything. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this car. I don't know where it's going to be running. I don't know very much about the 2020 Derby season. And honestly, right now, I don't think I'm going to even be able to get in the ring for 2020 because they're talking about keeping the border closed the entire year of 2020. So I can't even go down to any of your USA shows or anything. But there's 2 shows going on up here. I'm not going to be running them for personal reasons, but that's fine. All I'm going to do right now is try to keep the content coming for you boys and girls and stuff like that. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with this car, but as of right now, in my eyes, it's stripped. It's pretty much got everything out of it. I can get that van filled and get that van out of here and get ready for something. I don't know what, but something. So stay tuned, everybody, and I'm gonna keep trying to build, keep bringing build videos to you guys. So take care, but don't leave yet, because I got to see if I can jigsaw puzzle all this into that minivan. So stay tuned. Let's see if it all fits. Now, would you look at that? The shop floor is spotless all the way out to the van. This is the last piece to be put into this van, and I just don't know if it's gonna fit. Every door is packed. But she does fit. Look at that. It's like I engineered this to fit. You can see inside of here, it's jam-packed. Can you see through there? I don't know. And through here it's packed. The trunk actually isn't closed all the way, and you can actually see the door bending because it took 3 of us to shut this thing. You can see how packed that is. I think I can open this door without stuff falling out. But no, you see how full that is, how full that is. The funny thing is, underneath the hood is actually full. It is so full that we can't close the hood anymore. Is that cheating, putting stuff underneath the hood? I'm not too sure. But as of right now, this entire car, and the Buick and a bit of the Lexus and a whole bunch of other stuff, a whole bunch of leaf springs out of a F350, all of that's in here. But what we got to do now is spin this thing a little bit more straight so we can get it onto the Dodge, because right now it's on too big of an angle and I can't really steer it. And pretty much put this thing away. So we did a lot of work today. Thanks everybody for watching. Again, with this Hyundai, I'm not really sure where I'm going to run it. I'm not sure where it's going to be run. Not sure if it's going to be a derby or off-road race or figure 8. I don't know. But just happy to keep building and bringing you guys some content. But we'll see how long I can keep this up, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here tomorrow in Zach's Workshop.